Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me this morning. So we're going to have a gentle yoga session. And I've been thinking about equilibrium. I've been thinking about balance this week. I think sort of as we approach sort of darker days, the colder months, certainly in England, and then obviously we have Christmas sort of right here, things can get a little bit chaotic. Life can get a little bit busy, just at the time when we're sort of thinking we'd quite like to chill out a bit. So I'm thinking if I'm needing a bit of balance, then probably some other people are as well. So I'd like you to find your seated position first of all. Just make sure you're comfortable enough to sit for a few moments. You're looking for an upright spine. And then when you're ready, just closing your eyes. And just take a few moments to settle into your body. Just greet your body. Give it a little hello, a little smile. And just notice how you are in this moment. And it's very interesting. We ask this question all the time in yoga, listening into our body. But on a sort of deeper level, I'd like you to consider what you do with that information. So when you arrive, you check in with your body and say your body is agitated or stressed or tired or cold or hot. And the next level is to how do you respond? What do you do with that information? And I think certainly during our yoga practice, we look to find equilibrium. We look to find balance. So if it's tired, we try to energize. If we're hot, we do a more cooling practice and vice versa. And if we're stressed, we want to find ways to release that tension, release that stress. So let's think about that as we move through our practice today. And for our breath work, I'd like you to start with a very simple practice called Samavritti, where you breathe in for the same amount of time as you breathe out. So the breath in lasts for a certain length of time, and I want you to match that out breath. So we're immediately bringing ourselves into balance in terms of our breath. And as we move through our practice, as we move the body in time with the breath, we're going to see if we can maintain that equilibrium, that even breath. Let's do one or two more breaths here. Nice. And then we're going to take the right hand, stretch it out to the side so the fingertips are on the floor. We're going to just let our neck, our head drop the other way, so ear towards the shoulder. See if you can maintain your even breath. And if you've got tension and tightness, your breath might change. And it might be that you gently ease off. Maybe instead of this arm being outstretched, maybe you massage. So what do you do with that information? Good. Bring your head up on a breath in. And then your opposite arm, the left arm, is coming up. You're going to drop it down behind you. Take your right arm up and grab hold of that elbow and just ease it back. Still sitting tall, and can you maintain that even breath? Breathing in. The same length of time as you breathe out. Good. We're going to take this arm across the body now. Take a couple of breaths here, even count. Beautiful. And then drop this hand across the body and take this spare hand behind you, moving into your twist, sitting tall. Coming back to face forwards. This time it's the left arm that extends. And you're going to drop the right shoulder, right ear towards the shoulder and breathe. Find that even breath. And if for any reason, if you're super tight, super uncomfortable here, you might choose to listen to that. Maybe just massage the neck instead. Good. Let's take a breath in and out. Good. We're taking this right arm up on the breath in, dropping it down on the breath out. Inhale, come up, left arm. And exhale, grab the elbow. And breathe. So we're sitting tall. If it's too tense, what can we do? Can we relax a little? Can you still breathe? Nice. Take this elbow, this arm across. Beautiful deep breathing. Let's take this hand down. We're moving into our twist. So the left hand comes behind you. Breathe in to sit tall. Breathe out to twist. And then we come back to center. Beautiful. So we're going to take ourselves onto our hands and our knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So we're just going to close the eyes. That really helps us bring our awareness inwards. So with the eyes closed, I want you to feel into your spine, the tailbone. Take a breath in. On your breath out, just tuck your tailbone under and let that movement travel all along the length of your spine until you reach the top of your neck. So your chin is tucked. When you breathe in, let that movement start at the tailbone. Start to uncurl your tailbone. Feel that movement moving up your spine all the way up to the top of your neck, where you end up in your cow pose. So breathing in and breathing out equal length, just gently moving the spine with the breath. And when those eyes are closed, it really helps you drop into the body and listen in. And what do you do with that information that the body feeds back to you? And particularly on our yoga mat, we can tailor our practice to suit our needs. Let's do one last round. So one more in breath and one more out breath. Okay, so make sure you have space in front of you. I want you to sit back on your heels with your arms outstretched. So this is an extended pose of a child. We're here briefly. We're going to slide ourselves forwards until we come into our Sphinx pose. So the elbows sit underneath our shoulders and we open up into Sphinx. Let's stretch through the front of that body. Good, and then we're going to slide the hands back, tuck the toes, and just come up to tabletop. You have the option here to move all the way into down dog. I'm going to let you choose. You can stay in all fours around your spine, or you can come into your down dog. And then we're just going to repeat that. So we're going to take a breath in to rock forwards. Exhale, drop those knees all the way back into our extended pose of a child. The in-breath takes us forward, sliding into our Sphinx. And the out-breath takes us back, either to tabletop or all the way through to downward facing dog. And what I'd like you to do is find that even breath and see if you can move one breath, one movement. Inhale. Exhale, knees down into pose of a child. Inhale, scooching forwards, all the way into your Sphinx. That's a lot of movement for one breath. And exhale into tabletop or downward facing dog. Let's do one more round. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, pose of a child. Inhale into Sphinx. And exhale into tabletop or downward facing dog. Nice, guys. Going to inhale, rock forwards. So that breath is the same amount of time as that exhale, drop back. And then on your breath in, I want you to just lift up into a high kneeling position. Nice. So from here, we're going to step our right foot forwards. Coming into a low lunge with our hands down onto the floor. So I want you to find that even breath as you settle into the pose. So you may be feeling that here in that left hip flexor. Breathing in for the same count as your out breath. Left hand is coming down onto the floor. Right hand is coming onto the thigh. And we're just gently easing into a twist. So you can stay here for your twist. Or if you wish, you could extend your right arm. You might even like to Tuck the toes and lift that back leg, so you can choose. And we're just going to hold. Take a deep breath in and out. So this beautiful full breath, this Samavritti breath, is so good for your stress levels. It brings you back into balance. Good. We're going to bring this hand down. And we're going to drop the back knee and just ease back. So we're stretching into this front leg. It's straight and the toes are going to lift up. So we're bowing forwards. Can you still breathe? Can you still find that full breath in and out? Even count. Just allow your mind to be completely absorbed by that breath awareness. We're going to come forwards here. Bring your hands down, tuck your back toe, and I want you to lift this back knee, and then this front leg, this right foot's going to hug in, and then we're going to send it back. So you can either be in a down dog, or you could be in a three-legged dog. So that right leg can be up in the sky. Okay, so I'm going to give you an option here. We're either going to work from tabletop, where we take a breath in and out, as we bend the knee, in and bring the elbow forwards. Or we're going to work from down dog, doing exactly the same. So you choose, you can be on your knees, so you'll be here or here. We're going to do it 3 times, moving with the breath. Inhale, lift your leg. Exhale, bend into the knee, open up that hip. Inhale, straighten the leg. And exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. So if you're in dog, you end up in a 3-legged plank. If you're kneeling, you're curling in. Let's take that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Full breath, no rush. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bring it through. I'm going to do my last one from kneeling. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open up that hip. Inhale, straighten the leg. And exhale, curling in. Nice. We're going to bring everything back down. Take a little moment in your pose of a child. I want you to slide your hands back by your feet so your wrists get a little moment's rest. And even here in your pose of a child, find that beautiful Samavritti, that even count. Slow, steady breath. We're going to take this on the other side. So prepare. You're either coming into your tabletop or into your downward facing dog. We have 3 rounds, 1 breath, 1 movement. Here we go. Take that inhale, lift the left leg, and exhale, open up that hip, bending into the knee. Inhale as you straighten, and exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, come back. Exhale, bend into the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, rock it forwards. Nice. I'm doing my last one from kneeling. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, open up. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, draw it in. Good. And then we lower the feet, the knees, and we take a little breath in our pose of a child. So let your hands rest behind you. Establish that steady breath. Sometimes a bit of energy, a bit of exertion. The breath can get a little bit, ooh, can't it? So just let it all settle. Just regulate the breathing here. Okay, good. So we are coming back to tabletop just briefly. We're going to tuck our toes under. We're lifting into our down dog. And I'd like you to come into your yogi squat at the top of your mat. So your feet are going to go just outside your hands. So you're either going to step them, 1, 2. So you're in a little froggy pose, or you're going to hop them. So you're going to end up with your feet just around your hands. Your hips are high, and you're slowly going to lower those hips. We're not going to stay here for too long. I appreciate this isn't easy for everybody. So maybe you're coming up a bit higher. Maybe you've got something under your heels if they won't quite find the floor. See if you can find the even breath. And then bring your hands down, guys. Good. Lift up those hips. Send them high. Just heel toe your feet a little bit closer together so we have them at hip width distance apart. And we are in our forward fold. So the knees can be bent if we have tight hamstrings, so there could be a little baby bend there if you need it to be. Aim to get the crown of the head dropping down towards the floor. Good. Nice and strong through your legs, please. Hugging in at the belly, because we're going to bend the knees and we're going to lift up halfway, so spine is lengthened, and I want you to rise all the way up to standing. We're going to lift the arms up. Oh, I'm out of shot now. Good. So there's a breath in here. So the out breath, we're going to bend those knees and we're going to come back down. Swish the arms behind you as you rock down into your forward fold. We're finding that even breath, and we're just going to move through those motions. So bend those knees, inhale, come all the way up. Straighten those legs at the top of the breath. Exhale, come back down, those knees bend. So the knees and the feet are hip width distance apart. Nice. Come up, we're taking our time, we're taking our full steady breaths, finding that momentum. On that next exhale, take the hands behind you and grab them. So clasp your hands, squeeze your elbows together. Hold it here. Nice, we're going to release those hands. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to come into chair. So the knees stay bent. Lift those arms, hold it here. And then we come all the way up on a breath in. And on a breath out, drop those arms out by your side. Very nice. Okay. We're going to come into a little balance now. It's called kite. So just take your feet wide and outstretch your arms. You can perhaps picture with the center of a kite. Yeah. So just hold this lovely position for a moment. I always feel this is kind of quite a liberating pose. We are standing our ground. We are open. We're strong. Okay, so what we're going to do is from here is just start to sway our kite. So you can let the knees be soft. You can let the upper body sway. We're just getting a little bit of movement in here, left to right. And what we're going to do is eventually this right leg is going to start to stay more grounded. And we're going to let the left leg come off the floor every now and then. Yeah. And eventually what's going to happen is we're going to take flight. So we're going to come into our balance, our kite balance. We're going to hold our balance. When we're ready, we just bring that left foot back down. We continue to sway. This time it's the left leg that refuses to lift off, and it's the right leg that starts to lose its foundation as that wind, that gust of wind takes you, and off you go. Fly your kites. If you can hold your balance. Nice. And then we come on back down to earth. Let's let go of those arms. Ooh. Give the shoulders a roll. Heel toe those feet back together. Just allow your arms just to sway by your sides. So this should feel quite nice in your shoulders now after that little bit of effort. So what's happened to the breathing? Have we maintained that samavriti, that even breath? How do we feel in the body? And what do we do with that information? Do we feel balanced? I'm going to pause here for a moment. I just want you to bring one hand to your tummy, one hand to your heart. Stand tall, close your eyes, or at least let your gaze be soft. Re-establish your even breath if you lost it. So our yoga practice, whether we are aware or not, does bring us back into equilibrium. If you think about what we do on our mat, everything we do on one side, we do on the other side. We physically balance on one leg. We balance out the breath and we reconnect the body, breath and mind. So all these things move us towards equilibrium, harmony. But I think it's sometimes super powerful to highlight that, to bring awareness to that. Good, drop those arms. Take the feet wide again. We're going to start off parallel. So they're just about as wide as a length of one of your legs. So you're in a beautiful triangle. So we're going to take the right toes up and turn them out. And the toes and the knee go together. And that hip's going to tell you how far the foot can turn. And once you've reached your limit hip-wise, you place your foot back down. So your hip should still be facing forwards. Sometimes it's helpful to turn the left toes in ever so slightly. So we've found our foundation for triangle pose. We're going to outstretch our arms. So reaching from fingertips to fingertips. Drop those shoulders. Take a breath in. Same length of breath as you breathe out, and just reach over to the right. So it comes from the hips. Take a breath in here. And this time on the out breath, the right hand is coming down and the left arm is going up. It's a side stretch. So see how far this can go for you. Back of your hand starts to press into your leg. So maybe you only go here. If it feels accessible, your hand can go a little bit further down, but not if the body starts to swing forwards. It's a side stretch. Good, that left arm reaches up and your palms are both facing away from you. Can you still find your full breath? If the body's under too much strain, it might interfere with your breathing. We're going to look down, strong through our legs as we come up. You can bend into that right knee as you lift up. And I want you just to exhale the arms down, turn in your right toes. So re-establish that balance. You're back to symmetry. We're going to take that on the other side. So it's the left toes that lift and turn. The knee goes with them, the foot comes down. Hips are forward facing. Turning in these right toes if you feel you need to, yeah? Once we're established, we reach the arms out. Take a breath in here. And exhale, take a little reach to the left. I want you to take an inhale. And this is the out breath that takes us into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left arm goes down, right arm goes up. Back of the hand pressing into that leg, both palms facing outwards. And you just come down as low as your body will allow. Find your breath. Beautiful, look down, power up on your breath in. And exhale the arms down, turn the toes in. I'm just going to heel toe those feet back together. Nice. So we're going to come up to the top of our mat. We're going to take a breath in, lifting those arms out and up. And we're going to exhale into our forward fold. We're going to take a breath in, lift the head, lift the heart. And then we're going to step the feet back. We're going to land in our plank pose. We're going to drop the knees to the floor, coming into a high kneeling position. I've actually got a flashback. I don't remember doing our twist on the left side. I don't know if I may have forgotten to do that. So we'll do that now. We're going to take this left foot forward. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I feel like I forgot this. I think I did. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands down to the floor. So we're getting a stretch into that right hip flexor. And we're going to keep that right hand down as the left hand comes to the thigh. We're going to start to look up to the elbow, to the shoulder. Maybe look up to the ceiling. And if this feels comfortable enough, maybe we lift this left arm. Option here to tuck back toes and lift that back knee. Find that even breath. Good, we're going to bring the hands back down, the knee back down, and then you're just going to slowly ease back into your half split pose. So it's lengthening this left leg, toes pointing up. See if you can find your even breath. Nice, guys, crawling forwards. We're going to tuck this back toes, lift this back knee and hug this left leg in, and then step it back. Okay. Yeah, I did forget it. Wowzers. So just shake that off. Talking about finding balance. And we're going to drop those knees to the floor. Drop your seat to the floor. So sit to one side of your legs and then just stretch your legs out in front of you. We're going to make our way to the floor in just 1 second, but I want to do one more little pranayama first. So from this seated position, we're going to do Nadi Shodhana, which is the alternate nostril breathing. So we take our right hand, bring it towards the face so that the thumb is ready to block the right nostril and the ring finger is ready to block the left. I know, I'm pretty sure we've done this before, but I'll still talk you through. So this is tapping into the left and right hemispheres of the brain. This is a super pranayama, one of my absolute favorites for finding balance. If you're energized, it can help calm you. If you're too tired, it can help energize you. It's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to breathe in through both nostrils, even count. We're going to breathe out through the left by blocking the right. Inhale through the left. And exhale through the right as you block the left. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left. One more round, breathing in. Breathing out right. Inhale. Exhale left. Drop those hands, breathe in through both. Keep that count. Exhale both. Beautiful. Sitting for a moment, enjoying that state of harmony, balance, equilibrium. Beautiful. We're coming into our rest now. So stretching both feet away, taking your hands down by your sides. And just making sure the body is comfortable, ideally symmetrical as well. Take a breath in. Open the mouth, sigh the breath. Just hold this pose for a few moments. Letting the body melt into the earth. So this pose, Shavasana, some might say the easiest, some might say the most trickiest of all, because we really are asking ourselves to do nothing, to let go. And for most of us, with our busy minds, our busy bodies, our busy lives, that isn't as easy as it should be, as it sounds. So just take a few moments to scan through your body. And if you discover any little parts that are resisting, what would you do with that information? What can you do about it? I'm a big fan of the visualization, so I can visualize the areas and almost imagine them being massaged or melted or softening down. I also like to play around with breath awareness, to send the breath to those problem areas. You might have a different way of responding. It might be some people tense up and then they can let go. Yeah. So working through the whole of the body and encouraging it to completely soften. And as you perhaps let your awareness drift back to your breathing, I'd like you to repeat in your mind a little mantra, so hum. It means I am that. So simple. So the breath in is so, and the breath out is hum. Breathing in slow, breathing out hum. Breathing in I am, breathing out that. Breathing in I am, and breathing out that. If you're able to stay longer, please do take breaths. If you need to finish the session with me, just breathe a little bit more deeply. Feel into your fingers and toes, outstretched. Lift the arms up and over your head for a full body stretch. And then hug your knees into your chest, take a little rock and roll, and come up to sitting when you're ready. Bring your fingertips to the floor beside you. On your breath in, turn the palms up. Let's breathe in together. And as the palms touch, that's the top of your breath. And breathe out together, taking your hands down to your hearts. Namaste. Thank you.